Is it me, or has my ankle been squeaking? You can hear it too, right? Must be the damn rotator again. Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind? Risk of sounding glib? That ain't a good sign.
Correction. The sign seems to be functioning nominally.
Can't say the same for the truth.
Ship on the landing pad.
Whoa there, go-getter. Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a Yeseng protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all. Huh. Really? Everyone knows we're cultivating our sprat population for a new deep-fried snack line. So I refuse to fall for such a ham-handed attempt at dissemblance. Look, we're Auntie's Choice. Lying's fine. We downright admire it even, if you pull it off. Next time, try a little harder. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. As I've never heard of her, can't say I can. Seems like Minister Milverstreet knows everybody, though. Probably ask him. Anything else? On the way from the landing pad? Had a convoy out that way. They're overdue. See any sign of them? Damnation. I had a friend on that detail. He always carried this, keepsake. You didn't happen to find it, did you? Well, never too late to start. Plunder's plunder, Auntie always says. Them Protectorate drones been a serious menace of late. Heard Trooper Faulkner shot a few. You find a way to put a stop to them, there's a bounty for it. Bounty terminal's out next to the jail, across from the bar. Just down the lane here a spell. You get to Town Hall, you passed it. What, you been in hibernation or something? We're here to bring the free market's liberation to the people of Arcadia. And Arcadia's bounty to the... Oh, we got everything. One of them, at least. Clinic's over there on your left. Watering hole's a bit down on the right. Market... before I forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister Milver Street. He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Once again, welcome to Fairfield, the official new home of free trade and self-reliance on Eden.
Thanks to Auntie's Choice.
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here. Definitely not in excruciating pain.
Keep your petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see.
Our target audience here is people who want to forget their worries, and sometimes their names.
One of my copious direct reports. Rest assured, I'm making adequate progress in my manual labors. Time for another performance review already. Apologies, I'm still applying the required elbow grease to scour these surfaces, just like a novice facility sanitizer. Many thanks for the validation. I don't suppose you can spread the word of my competency. I desperately seek to avoid yet another demotion. This meritocratic society is still so foreign. The workplace skullduggery, the prioritizing of self over community, the excess... I fear I'm not cut out for this canid, eat canid lifestyle. Seems the only way to flourish is through general underhandedness and ruthless efficiency. Never picked up those skills in my 50 years as Fairfield's drone operator. Pity they didn't keep me on there. I was quite skilled at it. Well, you're right. I wanted change. Whole reason I left the Protectorate in the first place. No sense complaining about the means now.
Break. Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
With a door this tough, they must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition too. Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram at the town hall.
They got no...
Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. That's it. I need a smoke.
Yes. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old Canids. I loved those Canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No,
Auntie.
Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spine. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now, hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs? Splendid, because I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips? I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure. But surely a go-getter like yourself has more ambitious goals on our island. Share them with me, and we can... Who doesn't get such a compulsion from time to time? Well, if you're serious about it, I suspect we can assist one another. You help me, and I'll get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed. You can't blame a body for wanting to practice, can you? Fine. I'll give it to you straight then. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing. But for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst. Yes, one additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate. An opportunity to attain my goals and stick my finger in Babylon's eye? Today's as grand as when I led in the performance department showing of Life of a Salesman. Find your way to the Ministry of Accuracy. And if Trooper Sealong is still alive, do send her back here to debrief. She's still contracted to us, after all.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
Well, if it ain't D.B. Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking...
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you. No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back who ain't in constant need of recalibration. Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
DeVries sure has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. It seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? No, you didn't know her. Not like I did. Like I thought I did. Damn it. I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too. We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers. Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Sure, but why act alone instead of reporting her concerns to the brass? What made her believe the Earth Directorate would dismiss the threat? I don't take issue with folks clinging to whatever keeps them afloat. Math, science, the grand architect, void, even capital. I know how most colonies run, but when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. If only DeVries had shared in our good judgment, huh? Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly like. Might I have a word, Commander?
Gary? For the love of bits, don't get any closer to it. You void-brained idiot. Put down the bottle and stop doing stupid shit. Get away from there. Ah, quit your worrying. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Gary!
Initiating solemn farewell. Goodbye, unnamed trooper. You may or may not be missed by family you may or may not possess.
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn, but voided. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-Protectorate, a good man. Tracked him to Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course. Not sure he'd still consider me such, but that's part and parcel of the reason I want to see him. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here, being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action. I agree. But the problem with burning down a system is finding ways out for all the innocent folk trapped inside it. That wasn't the goal anyway. Just helping out where we could. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Guess some of what you said way back when stuck. All that talk about putting people first. Figured that's what I was doing, putting a stop to all the pain I was causing. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him, till recent. If it weren't for Zeb, I'd be in the ground. It's a debt I never properly repaid. Plus, I don't relish his last memory of me being a vanishing act. I owe him better. And since finding you, well, a lot feels possible now that didn't before. Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
Take a look at those corpses they've got strung up. Wait. Some aren't dead yet.
Decomposition rate 12 to 17%.
Didn't really need to know that. Let's just respect the dead or very slowly dying, shall we?
You there. Keep your hand. Stranger, consider yourself lucky that I've been ordered to not open fire unless fired upon. I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. Yes, they are corporate degenerates who threatened our dominion and way of being. When we captured them, we hanged them as a warning. Now the capitalist scourge's advancement has ended. Their morale is shattered, and they do not dare encroach. I dare say this spectacle served its purpose well. If you are an enemy of the Protectorate, you will be judged. May we... Out of the question. Must I repeat myself? If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty. Any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. Betraying the Protectorate, using the Sovereign's name in vain, overindulging in food and drink, loafing, boasting, belching, and of course, colluding with wrongdoers. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
A lot more folks are gonna die if we don't catch up to DeVries. We have to consider our options, even the ugly ones. If these folks are deserving, maybe it's worth it.
I commend you for your eager interest. I think 2 traitors in particular. First is Ida Rutledge, a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were... oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any subject would. But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. The second traitor I seek is Charlton Weintraut of Westport. He is, unfortunately, my cousin, and most assuredly a disgrace to our line. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear? An outrageous notion. Fairfield was never my jurisdiction, and its stewards died valiantly in its defense. They did not submit to the enemy. And look here, the bridge stands. I am through justifying myself. Bring me the traitors we discussed if you wish to cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell.
allow you to bypass many of the bridge's defenses, Commander.
Jackson? Jackson! 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 Help! Are you breathing? Say something!
Being this close to DeVries feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allow the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. That's right. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough. I can't fathom no sensible motive why she'd jump.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our two former cohorts.
Exactly! Because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We'd not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they could give you a fair bit of extra boost.
Thank the Sovereign... thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life utterly absent of starvation. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. If you don't have that drive overloader, ascending may be a way.
That's it? It was that easy?
Product placement.
That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have learned a thing or two from you. Starting with the right direction to jump, I suppose. Wonderful. Get us down, and I'll happily compensate you in accordance with standard Auntie's Choice urgently improvised extortive standards.
The previous Saturday, we inadvertently misquoted a junior VP of conveyor sprocket lubrication and maintenance.
You're really something else, stranger. Thank you for getting us down.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
Liza, I'm inclined to keep a few paces from far. I perhaps currency as I'd prefer, so you can have my helmet as well. Crops we'd missed in our harvest. But to be honest, I'd like a little distance from plants for a spell.
Feels good to be back in the saddle, don't it, Val? Kind of reminds me of our days in Nixon's orbit, dodging protectorate patrols. You remember that?
Error. Memory not found.
Ah, well. That's all right, Val. I'll just have to do the remembering for both of us. These soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak over there.
Designed it, and the Sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance.
Huh. Well, at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
And a lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the Sovereign to guide them.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately... If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confess. Apologies, but I don't believe I should be discussing such matters with you without permission. Once you report to the Vigilant, I'd be happy to speak freely. Word to the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch, working with and through the Sovereign, devised the paradigm.
says we're to spend our lives in our predetermined profession.
That's why it's so generous of the Sovereign to let us become tiny pods. The wireless said that flooding Westport is routine maintenance to remove.
Well, it's infected. Redstone arrives soon, we'll have to start cutting.
My body is covered in burns acquired in battle during the attack. The only relief I have is when I can jump in the water and float over my former house.
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers.
I wish everyone's
which
neighbor
gives us the
Prudence was
strength
my
to build
actual
more houses.
neighbor.
But
Except
then,
my
how do I
domicile
cook
is
the
presently
fish?
underwater.
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
And plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to
If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the Arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. I owe it to every single person here to try. What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need. Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was difficult place to saunter into. Stations off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here. Farewell now.
The system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your...
This is all going perfectly according to the paradigm I get. Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all times.
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically.
Right now, the
they
prudence
started the war to
dictates
grab any
is
part
now a
of
bad
Baylor that
time
they
to report
can.
myself for mental refreshment.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
I wish everyone's neighbor Prudence
Of course,
was my
it's
actual
Prudence
neighbor.
dictates we
Outsider,
maintain
except
sufficient
my
zeal
domicile
at all
is
times.
present.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up. So, all right. Well, don't let me keep you.
My imperfect thoughts sure can be invasive.
Patriarch. Appeared right out of the aether, just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Innermost thoughts are known to me. But he once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from A Beacon to the Cosmos, illustrating all subjects. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Oh, it's that, homespun metaphor. The Protectorate as a happy, attentive family, the Sovereign smiling. Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of I, Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aether Wave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
Well, you appear to be far more fluent with Sentinel procedure than I. Veiled implication understood. If you'll excuse me, I best return to my work tasks. If you were a Sentinel, or in some Sentinel-adjacent role, I'd of course be honored to have you inspect my belongings. Unfortunately, my house is currently besieged by Crabbles. In any case, back to it. Ah, the Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around? Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly. Haha. Again, are you sure you are no kind of heretofore unrevealed hidden agent? Because I have the distinct feeling you possess some unknown agenda, yet am unclear to the whys and wherefores. Whew. That is, I meant to say, through his beneficent guidance, and bid you good day.
I can usually tell when a fella's up to something and that fella's up to something. Might be nothing serious, but we ought to poke around and find out what. Just in case.
As ever, but prudence dictates we give it
The Outlander I spoke with before. Of course. Toodaloo.
a minor disruption.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
Enthusiastically, emergency protocol syringes primed.
Ready to wait. What's your command? Combat! You lot could hit the broadside of a freighter. Got a distraction for you.
Engaging combat balls.
moral fiber. A delectable delight. As flavorsome as it is.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprag race. Just didn't account for all these crabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the crabbles skedaddle. Or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Looks like the place. Lord, I haven't felt this high strung since Horizon Point.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look... well.
Do you always put your hands on other people's things? Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say, you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zeb, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you. Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. The sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Then let's hope the ship also takes its time arriving, and that my friend's pain threshold withstands any attempts to soften them up for the consul. I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct, and she was taken to be refreshed. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. Then I met Niles. He told... Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them. Of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's...
And I'll take care of him, Commander. Seeing Zeb again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but damn. Yes and no. There's a shadow over him wasn't there before. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed. That's fair. Might have left him a note or something. I was just worried I'd lose my nerve, but anyway. I appreciate the check-in, Commander. Was there anything else you needed? Oh yeah? What's needling you? Fair point. Point didn't exactly foster a lasting. It still needed someone to. Won't lie, had some hard years. Got caught up in a few. I found you. Oh, and Val's been stalling less since I. Ship doesn't smell anymore. That's it. Only wish I'd known you were out there. Get back to it. I needed a hobby. I figured Spratwurst ain't an easy meal to mess up. Well, I learned about 20 ways how not to fix a worst. Round down from above. Triangulum's known for churning. Can't remember a time I didn't end filthy and but there was some funny thing was I wasn't even an engineer back then, but I wanted to learn. So I paid attention. Too good of attention, as it turned out. I was working late one evening and overheard something I shouldn't have. Some bigwigs exchanging. A day later, didn't want to bring any heat down on anyone else, so I went on the run before the first jackboot showed up at my door. Not as worried as I was about what would happen if I was caught. I was on the run for, I don't even know how long. The day then, the Earth Directorate showed up. They liberated Triangulum. She was one of the forward agents who went ahead to assess just how bad Triangulum had gotten. We met she was no nonsense. I thought her one of the smartest people I'd ever met. And while she could also be cutting, I liked her. And for some reason, she seemed to take a shine to me. I could ask you the same thing. Going back to my old dignity and having you. Sorry, that was blunt. I just get tired of talking. But back to your initial question. I regret becoming. I know for sure. Is my opinion today. You buttering me up for a favor? Hope that good opinion of.
Natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the sovereign
Look who's back.
the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part,
The Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around? Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials. I am not familiar, though that does sound like one of their products. I refer to the ones for Purple Berry Crunch brand cereal. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceeding. I'm not the person for it. I would be most surprised. Do tell. I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, freely enjoys stringing up Auntie's Choice sympathizers, and Marilyn would grant no reprieve to family.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states
I possess an overabundance of both qualities, honestly. Yet I value my neck and do not intend to Oh, did you have an... Of course. Toodaloo. Why, hello again. Any new business? If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. I normally might, but that seems neither prudent nor wise. Oh, of course. Toodaloo. Why, hello again. Any new business? If I am not the... my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. No, I'd hardly risk life. That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not Of course. Toodaloo. Why, hello again. My assigned profession once was automectalier, but wonder of wonders, I was reassigned. Vigilant Hogarth tasked me to maintain the morale of other subjects, but if I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, freely enjoys stringing up Auntie's Choice sympathizers, and Marilyn would grant no reprieve to family.
and plenty. We have community, purpose, time
I possess an Oh, did you have another Of course. Toodaloo.
And plentiful. We have every...
I worry Zeb's in over his head with all of this. Good thing we showed up when we did.
We appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
Injuries detected. Please seek medical. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugar? If I am not the person for it, I would be I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, freely enjoys stringing up Auntie's Choice sympathizers, and Marilyn would grant no reprieve to family.
The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural...
That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang.
To govern it,
Of course.
working with and through the Sovereign, devised...
Choice sure sounds
Try not to
exhausting.
think. It'll only make you happy.
where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all.
Outside. Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh? Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport. I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which are a fair amount more complex. Subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I'm happy to help the system abide any way I think he's bearing up admirably. Hogarth's reliable, not to talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides. Power to charge our curativist Row is a fine sword, pillar of our community. Might talk your ear off if you let him. Well, mechs do all the heavy work for the combat mech and the right part.
Entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure. And or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Our enemies envy our...
Why, hello again. Any new business to If I am not the person I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, that seems neither prudent nor wise. Oh, of course. Hey there, go-getter.
The paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself...
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, however, I may offer initiating.
Human societies were constantly balanced. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to
How
terrible...
empty are the lives of Auntie? Auntie's Choice is an invasive species, Prudence says.
We all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. Life of content, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
Exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
the most robust ecosystem.
Glad the wireless told me that I'm happy and everything's fine.
I was sad for a moment because my house got scorched. Flooding.
Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies? And of course. Hey there, go-getter.
Extra added zeal for now, just to offset
Everything, literally everything I own is underwater. What do you mean? Everything we have belongs to the Sovereign. We own nothing. But surely the Protectorate will provide anything you need.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality.
Process.
I see you have not brought my cousin to heal. Have you at least seen about Ida? What? How do you know this? Did she? That is heartening. But intent alone shall not suffice. Do you have proof that she followed through? Keen as I am to entertain this, am I let me see that. Yes. Yes! This does appear to be hers. Unfortunately, there are reports of the Harvester having been repaired. Though her triumph may not have endured, it was a good effort nonetheless. Should I'll be certain. Inspiring, isn't it? Ida's final gift to me was one of enduring loyalty. I am thankful for the report. Now I just
You can't spell heinous acidic without
Manifold still warm.
That must be the greenhouse. You know, one where that Emmeline is supposed to be.
Welcome, you would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing. I was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by breaking my back trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Ah, the bits So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work? Really? Feel you're entitled to that information, do you? Because all these plants were unknown inside Auntie's Choice. Though I expect word any day that the big brains in R&D will have tweaked and twisted these plants so they're better than nature. Then, and my contract says I get 0.00034227% of net after development, testing, packaging. Quite the setup, ain't it? Before we took Fairfield, Auntie's Choice didn't have anything like this. Every kind of plant we've got was made to thrive in a but the Protectorate grows all their greens the old-fashioned way, with water and soil and actual fertilizer. Then again, they all only have one job, so they have the time to indulge in all those sorts of archaic whimsies. Damn lucky Crabble copulators. Research mostly. Some hold, though I expect word any day that the big... And my contract says I get 0.00... Well, I've got a lot left to do and not...
Incessant jingles over the loudspeakers.
Mind your own business
I was
interests.
surprised to learn the things that are artificial are good.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
Ectoplasm.
suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples.
Is that not why you've come? Because you discovered our recent larceny at the greenhouse?
The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays. I am merely quivering with rage over this insulting interrogation. And that scent you so subtly pointed out is the aroma of noble effort. Foreign to you, I'm sure. Enough! We know what is expected of us, and we have readied ourselves to meet death in all its personas. Have you?
What the?
Did me a big favor here. I knew someone, or something, had been absconding with food from the greenhouse, but never in a million skips would I have guessed it were stowaways. Huh. Guess I had this mystery all wrong. Small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message. She was. Romantic entanglements ain't exactly encouraged between troopers. But I digress. Thanks for your help. And for listening to my language. A detective now. I wonder what other mysteries around here need solving.
You're back. Why? Well, I've got a lot left to...
Why do you corporate folks do all the hard work instead of letting auto
You're back. Why? You read my terminal? How embarrassing. The compliance, not that I thought anyone had come snooping. I'd made careful arrangements to tie up everyone's loose. So, why are you so interested in my other work? You're not part of compliance. Because Auntie's Choice expects you to forge a path that's ambitious and self-deterministic, but not blah. I can't even fathom Auntie's economy if every eager go-getter operating on the gray edge of strictly legal suddenly... You know, I've been looking for some backfills with the kind of cleverness usually only found on the seedy lower decks of the claim. Feel like it's Auntie's flagship, where all the best movers, shakers, and up-and-coming... I'm part of Sub Rosa. We're a group of merchants. We're the best way to get things done in Auntie's space if you're looking for profit. Puh, they were rubes, nitwits, dolts so lacking in faculties that they couldn't handle the minuscule, and by that I mean damn time they had to be dealt with so we could all get back to work. So, long as your brain pan's filled with more than a half-dead sprat spinning on a rusty wheel, isn't that just wonderful? I had no suspicion when you walked through my door that you'd help resolve the last of the and all we need you to do is access Quartermaster Cardos's terminal. It's already been resold, so having it in her system could become problematic. Expunge it, and I get you some bits, and the friendship of Sub Rosa all over the system. Because we are the black market in Arcadia. Sub Rosa feeds that, trust me, for both short-term benefits, it'll probably be nothing. She's just a sergeant, not someone who has... So, if she catches you, how tragic. You're worried about absolutely nothing. And that's gonna keep you from realizing one of the... But I'll be here, helping to shape the future of commerce. Well, well, look who's back. I can hardly say it's a surprise, though I suppose we've all... I'm part of some... We're the best way to get things done in anti-space if you're looking for profit. Want to buy it, sell it? Oh, and all... It's already been resold, so having it in her system could become problematic. And I'll...
Gonna need a bigger storeroom for all these orders. Let me guess. Gun keeps jamming, armor don't quite fit snug as you like. State your division and I'll get you outfitted. Quick and if you're not with a specific division, I'm supposed to take down a name before offering my... As Chief Replenishment Officer, it's my privilege. Tell me what you need and I'll do my ample... As a friendly reminder,
Somebody get that! Caught in the act, like an amateur. Can't get to it!
Hello again. You get that inventory issue sorted? How grand. That officially mops up the last of the mess from the buffoons that came before me. And, as promised, my good fortune is also your good fortune. And while this might be a tad fewer bits than you were hoping for, remember, you've also made allies that you'll find all across Arcadia. Just keep watching for pain.
No offense to Val, but it's real nice. Anyway, sure, always happy to tour around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
This paradigm thing you people are always going on about. Does it really improve your life?
That ain't yours.
People think I got a jacket from the store because our target audience here is.
Better pay here. Predecessors have adjusted their
Action item. Attack! Time to settle it.
Not exactly a fighting fit at the moment. Gotta pick me up first.
Salary requires. Hello again. You get that? How grand. And well, just...
No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back. Anyway, sure.
These incessant jingles over the loudspeakers. Do they ever cease?
Never been the type to sit behind a desk all day. What, when I could stand behind a bar?
Are you stuck on the ground? Impractical and got you down. Well, trust any chemical turn. It's a
People think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Maybe I am drunk. 10% drunk on a bold idea.
I see a huge opportunity for us in Fairfield. There's zero competition and plenty to drive people to drink. Welcome to the Name Pending Saloon, purveyor of spirits. Reckon we've got.
Trying to stay on top in the cutthroat.
You're wanted for crimes against Auntie's choice. Make ready your... Everything seems to be in order.
Rifts present an opportunity, not a calamity. Once someone irons out their reality-rending downside, we'll be left with nothing but upside. I have full confidence that our lab coats in experimental operations will innovate a profitable use for them. Rifts will repeat memories to negotiations or to trade-outs. Think of the R&D potential.
Protectorate defectors. Not sure how I feel about that. Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy, Mark. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had... Wait, what? Is that from... Jackson and I are partners, see. He unearthed an unexploited... This is just the thing to put me on the map. Fast-track promotion to lower middle management for sure. Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary. Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, This was supposed to be my easy path to a promotion. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more... personal thrusters? No one would have... Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion,
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it and
Outside.
embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were
Pete?
constantly...
Why, hello again. If I am not... I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, freely... I possess an overabundant... Oh, of course. Toodaloo. Hey there. Why, hello again. If I am... That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang. Why, that sounds like something only a true get-up-and-go-getter would have the sand for.
We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous.
Well, all right then. I will pack my things and head out in due course. Glad this world has folks like you just going around helping people realize their enormous unrevealed potential. I, for one, am the better for it.
The Sovereign.
You've brought me my poor, hapless cousin. If only it were under better circumstances.
I don't believe there is any circumstance, cousin, in which you would celebrate our meeting. Whatever you intend to do, I can only hope you do it quickly.
Patriarch have mercy. So he has not only turned traitor, but he has also fallen prey to corporate manipulations. Look at you. Your lips are stained with...
Say what you might, cousin, but that sugary snack goodness was worth my...
If only you had not strayed so far from home. Kadra, you know your orders. With that, our arrangement is concluded. Remember, there will be no negotiations, no staying of hands north of the bridge. If you...
Hear that? Those grinding gears are the sweet, sweet sound of victory. One step closer to DeVries.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel. State your purpose outside. Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it to you to locate the rest. In exchange, I will provide you with rare... In my role, I compile material. During recent troubles, unsavory elements removed certain... I am... Return... Stay true, outsider.
Confronting threat.
Seems nowhere on Paradise Island's going untouched by this boy. I'll take fighting raps over living in a surveillance state any day of the week.
On your command.
Hey, 75. Hey, you! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
No, he ain't got what I... And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. That obvious, huh? Yeah, I was hoping there'd be something worth harvesting. Something worth the trouble of killing the poor creature. But, yeah? Well, I'm Trooper Silong. Inez, former They're always counting me out. Every single one of them. And now, they ain't even... And this rep didn't even have anything that could help my graft. This whole thing's a wash. I know, I ain't blaming you. That's part of climbing the ladder. Ain't but one rung at the bottom. Can't exactly afford to be picky about the jobs that come my way neither. Considering my condition, options are limited. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their back. Sorry. Guess I'm just used to folks. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon, too. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. No. Enhanced Soldier Division was the fancy public-facing name for the grafting program. Bet they'd... I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. She's bound by contract to work on whatever task Fairfield's illustrious leader set her to. Nothing else. But... she also ain't quite got the hang of the employment thing. Get the feeling you... Anyhow, think... Good luck in there.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's choice.
Inbound Mastodon.
Highly classified information to Minister Milver Street.
What do you mean you're
Must be at least a few usable parts in here.
Uh-huh. Nice work.
Just like everything else. Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found any usable parts in all this debris? Westport stockpiles of replacement parts. Fortunately, there's nothing here that's let's just say to fill Westport's needs. If you follow the road head... True enough. But I digress. Was there anything... Unless the center is... Say, fair enough. As I was saying, the automatic... Yes and no. Which is... Nor the troopers who should have been... These were... No! Some... Like...
Went with the normal difficulty, huh?
Slow down. Show us what where?
Proceed with caution.
We're closed. Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I...
Yeah, imagine how we feel.
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her friends as victims.
Does she? It occurs to me that you have provided no proof of what you're accusing her of.
Why don't you take a long look at me? This is all because she betrayed us.
By the architect. You're Niles, aren't you? She mentioned you a few times, but refused to elaborate.
She Was fond?
I can't say, but it may be one of the things she anguished over. An anguish I fear finally overwhelmed her, and could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action. I wish I knew. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. That's when things became tense. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts, among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the... but you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That, and the invasion itself, set her mind to dark things. I begged her. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. We became friends when she... well, for some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter, and she convinced him. We all were, originally, which she even continued to sign her messages, "See you." What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her word. She said...
Know a little something about that, too.
I did try to, after the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. No.
That is Agent DeVries's...
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? I know I've no right to ask this of you, but... when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. That's all I...